everyone, and welcome to today's English lesson. So we're going to start by doing our vocabulary blast, but we're going to do it slightly differently today. We're still going to explore some new vocabulary, but we're going to break it down into different steps. So join along with me throughout the way and we'll have a go at doing it together. So today we've got a new word that you should be able to see on the slide in front of you that we are going to be exploring. And this word today is the word calm. Can you say that? Calm. Your turn. Fabulous. So first of all, we're going to break it out into syllables. So syllables is how many beats there are in a word. So we're going to do that by clapping. So get your hands out. Okay, and I'll have a go at doing it first and then you can join in with me. So I'm going to say calm. Can you say it? Calm. Fantastic. So there's one syllable in the word calm. So the word calm means that it is somebody who shows or does not show or feel anger, excitement or worry. So a calm person is someone who's very relaxed. Okay, they're not showing that they're angry. They're not showing that they're really excited. They're just very calm. Okay, and they're not worried about anything. So here I've got a person here and they are sat very calmly. They are relaxed. They're just watching the environment around you. You might also use this word to describe an environment. Okay, so on the right hand side, you can see a nice calm environment. So it's beautiful, it's quiet, it's peaceful. Okay, so it's calm, there's no busyness, there's no lots of loud sounds, it's very quiet. Okay, so that's the definition of what calm is. And calm is an adjective. So remember, we've looked at adjectives, and adjectives are words that describe something. Okay, so if we're using the word calm, we're using it to describe something. So like we said before, we might use it to describe what a person is like. So we might say, oh, Miss Reed is very calm. Okay, means I'm not very excitable. Or you might use it to describe, like I said, that picture there. So the lake is very calm, the atmosphere is very calm. So here I've got an example sentence, which is describing the pictures. Okay, I've said here, the man feels calm and relaxed. So you can see this man here lying on a beach. Oh, he's lying back on his sun lounger like this. Okay, and he feels calm and relaxed. So here is a sentence that uses this word correctly. I want us now to have a little think of a sentence that we could use to describe these pictures using the adjective calm. So remember, I want you to use the word calm in your sentence. So just pause the video now, have a little think. What could we say for these pictures using the adjective calm? Okay, so keep it paused if you need to. I've got a couple of examples now on the screen that you might have said, or you might have said different ones too. So the first one here says, the man is admiring the calm and relaxing view. So I chose this picture here. Okay, so that means he's looking out and he's looking and he can see a calm and relaxing view. And in this context here, I've used it as an adjective, okay, because I'm using the word to describe the view. Here I've got a different word, I've got the same word, sorry, but I've used it in a different context, and I've said the man is calmly sitting in the chair, okay? So this time I'm describing how he's sitting. So instead of being jittery or instead of jumping on the chair and being forceful, he's calmly sitting in the chair. So because I'm using the word calmly to describe how he's sitting, then this is no longer an adjective, but it's an adverb, okay? Because I'm describing how something has been done. And I've also added the suffix ly onto the end of my root word, onto the end of my target word, which was calm, to describe how he's sitting in the chair. So thinking about then what the word means. So synonyms are other examples which mean the word in a similar context, okay? So similar meanings of the word, and antonyms are words which are not the same. So similar words to calm are chilled, relaxed and peaceful. And antonyms, so words that calm doesn't mean, are bubbly, okay, busy, loud, excitable, and so on. Okay, so hopefully now you can remember what our target word was. So just have a think. What was our target word? Hopefully you've said calm. Have a think, what does it mean? So hopefully you've said that calm is when someone is nice and relaxed. They're not angry, they're not worried, they're quite chilled. Okay, if you were going to say it in a sentence, what would you say? You might say the man is sat calm and relaxed. And what action could we give? So you know what? I've used this action quite a bit today when I've been saying the word calm. So I think when I give an action to the word calm, I'm going to go like this. Calm. Okay? Hopefully tomorrow when I recap over that word, you'll remember what it is and that is now embedded in your brain. So give your brain a bit of a wiggle, stick it in. Fantastic. So we're going to move on now to today's English lesson. So let me just get our flip chart up. Here we go. So we started looking at this story and it's called Dinosaurs and All That Rubbish by Michael Foreman. And here it is. Okay, and we were having a little think about what dinosaurs are and we read the start of the story. Can you remember what we found out about the man at the start of the story? What did we learn about him? Have a think. I know, I remember that the man had a dream, didn't he? Okay, and we said that his dream was to climb up and try and get the star. And he tried that in a couple of different ways. He tried it by climbing up the tree, and that didn't really work. Okay, he didn't really reach the star, but then he saw some birds and he thought, right, I'm going to see if the birds can reach up instead and they can fly me up to the star. And that's where we finished. Okay, and we didn't know what happened after that. So today we're going to read a little bit more of our story. Okay, and we're going to finish at a section and find out what happens. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen so you can see me and hopefully you'll be able to see my book and my page. So we got up to here where the man had thought about potentially getting the birds or somebody to help him fly up into the sky so that he could see the star. And I wonder if he managed to achieve that. Oh, this is a very different picture, isn't it? It's very dark. It's very gloomy and very miserable. Let's read on about this place. The man owned some factories nearby. Factories are big places that make lots of things, and we've got quite a few factories in Sheffield. Build me a rocket, he ordered. Cut down the trees, dig out the coal, burn whatever will burn, and build me a rocket to reach the stars. All day and all night, the fires in the factories puffed and puffed. Smoke and fumes and waste and rubbish poured out and piled up. So because the man has asked all his factory workers to make him a rocket, they've created lots of waste, and all the smoke and the fumes are coming out and all the waste is being piled up. Do you think that the earth is now a nice place to live if this is what the man is doing to it? At last the rocket was ready, but there was nowhere for it to be launched because everywhere was piled high with heaps of waste from the factories. So because the man had asked the factory men to make all these materials to help build his rocket, there was so much rubbish and so much waste and he didn't have any space, just grass and ground. The man took his rocket to the heap and he set off for the star. Do you think he'll get there? Should we have a look? When he landed on the star, the man looked about him. That means he was looking round. There was nothing to see. He walked and he walked looking for something to admire, but there was nothing. No trees, no flowers, not even a blade of grass. Sadly, he looked around, but the only thing of wonder was another star far off in the black sky. I will go to that star, said the man, and away he went in his rocket again. Have a little think then. What just happened in that part of the story? So the man wanted to achieve his dream, so he decided that he was going to get his factory men to build a rocket for him to travel up to the star. But because he did that, what happened? Well, there was lots of rubbish created, there was lots of waste created, trees were cut down, plants were destroyed, and looking at the picture, it doesn't really look like the world was a nice place to be. I wonder if you think that he's made the right decision there, because I'm not too sure whether he has. So here I've got some pictures of the factories and the damage that have been caused on your screens. And here you can see what has happened. So there's big piles of rubbish that have started to pile up. There's smoke that's coming out of all the chimneys. And if you can see this picture down here at the bottom, there's so much smoke pollution. That's all you can see. There isn't really any fresh air. It's just lots of smoke from all the factories and the rubbish. I wonder if you think that what the man has made was the right thing to do. Wonder. So we're going to use that today to think about how the man is now feeling now he's got to the star. So we said he got to the top of the star and he looked around him like this, but he didn't really see much. He couldn't see any grass, he couldn't see any trees, and I don't think that he was feeling that happy or that impressed with what he found when he got up there. I think he might have expected to have found some more. So we're going to have a look at using some new vocabulary today, and it's exploring the emotions, okay? And we're going to use these to make some predictions from the story. So I'm just going to clarify some of these words on the board so we know what they mean and we can use them in our writing. You might have more words that you can use at home, which would be great. I'm going to give you some just in case you need a helping hand. So over here, I've got the first word, and I'm going to sound it out. So I've got E, unhappy. Can you say that? Brilliant. So if we look at the root word, happy, happy means you're really cheerful, you've got a big smile on your face and you're very positive. But if you put the prefix un at the start of it, it changes the meaning of the word. So unhappy changes you from a really positive, smiley person to a very miserable and a sad person. Okay, so if you're unhappy, you're not feeling, it's the opposite of being happy, you're not very positive, you're feeling a bit miserable. This word down here is different. So let me put my sound buttons underneath it. I've got my split digraph there. So this word is L-O-N-L-E, lonely. Okay, lonely. Have a think. What does lonely mean? Okay, so lonely means that you feel like you're on your own and you haven't got anybody else to go to. Okay, if you look at the root word of lone, okay, then that means one person. So lonely means that you feel like you've got nobody else around you. And here, the word underneath, I've got bored. Okay, so if you're bored, it might feel like you've got nothing to do, okay, and you're just sat there waiting for something exciting to happen. Okay, if you're bored, you're just sat there thinking, I could be doing something a lot more exciting than this. Okay, you're wanting something more exciting to happen if you're bored. I've got another word on the right. I've got afraid. And I've got a lovely picture here of someone being afraid. So if you're afraid, it means you're really scared of something. Okay, afraid means to be scared of something. I've got another word here. Miserable. Miserable is similar to unhappy. Okay, miserable is very similar to unhappy. They're synonyms. Okay, they're very similar. It means you're a bit sad, you're a bit down in the dumps, you're not feeling too impressed. Okay, feeling a bit glum. So we've got the word miserable. And we've got one more here down at the bottom, which is frustrated. Okay, if you're frustrated, for example, this young man here doing his work, you might be, it's similar to feeling a bit angry and you're a bit, you just really, really want to do something, but you'll find it really hard. Or you're really, really wanting to do something, but you can't get it done because there's other obstacles in the way. Okay, so when you're frustrated, it means you're trying to do something, but you can't do it because of different reasons. Okay, so you might be really frustrated that you really want to come to school at the moment, but you can't because we're not allowed to. Okay, and I feel very frustrated like that. Or you might be really frustrated because you want to go to monkey business or you want to go out to see your friends, but we can't go because we're not meant to at the moment. So that feeling of frustration that you're wanting to do something, but you can't do it because there's a barrier in the way. Okay, so I'll just quickly recap those words. We've got unhappy, lonely, bored, afraid, miserable, and frustrated. Let's have a think about how we can use those words today to describe how the man feels when he's walking on the planet. So he's got on this rocket and he's gone up to what he thinks is a star. He's on this planet and I want you to think, how does he feel? So let's have a think. I think he feels. So I'm going to use that sentence starter and I want you to use it at home. So I'm going to start first and I'm going to say, I think he feels lonely. Yeah, I'm going to choose lonely because he's on his own and he said, hasn't he, that he doesn't like it because there's no one or anything around him. So I think he feels lonely. What else could you say? I think he feels miserable. Yeah, I think he feels miserable. I think he feels bored. Potentially, yeah, because there isn't anything on there that's exciting him, is there? So let's see if we can have a go at now thinking about what he's going to do as a result of this. So I said just a second ago, didn't we, that I think he feels lonely. So here's the word, and now we're going to change this sentence. So I think he feels lonely. So we're going to say what we think he will do because he feels lonely. So here on the screen, it says because he feels. So I'm going to use the phrase because he feels lonely because I stole that from before. And then I'm going to make a prediction about what I think he might do because of how he feels. So because he feels lonely, what might he do? I know, I'm going to use this word here on my screen. So this word here says return. Can you say that? Return. So if you're returning somewhere, it means you're going back to a place. Okay? So I think he will return home because he feels lonely. Okay, so I'm using the sentence starter on the board. I'm saying, I think he will return home because he feels lonely. So I'm using that emotion from before. What else did I say? I said, I think he felt a bit miserable as well, didn't he? So, because he feels miserable, what do I think he will do? I know. I think he will pick up the litter off the floor on his planet because he feels miserable that his planet is very dirty or filthy. Because that's what he's done, hasn't it? He's created his planet and turned it into some sort of big, large dumping ground. So I think he will pick up the litter on his planet because he feels miserable. Yeah, right. So I want us to have a little go at using these to create some because predictions today. So we need to think about what the man will do. I want us to use because in the middle to explain. I want us to use one of these emotions that we've just explored and then punctuate and write this in a complete sentence. So let's have a go at doing this now. And on the board, you should be able to see that I have got my word mat that I can use to help me with my sounds. And I've also got these words to help me with my spellings. And on the bottom are these words that we've explored a little bit before. I've also put factories on if you need that. I've got return, which means we just explored saying that we're going back to something. And I've got smoke, litter, build, rescue, close, and earth. You might want to use some of these words as well. So let's have a think. What do we think the man will do? So think about what the man will do. I think, so I'm going to use that return. I said, I think the man will return home. Let me say that again. I think the man will return home. Okay, starting my sentence with the capital letter. I think the man will, and return is here, so I'm going to steal that, return home. Okay, so I've thought about what the man will do. I'm going to use because, and that spelling of because is here, look, on my learn objective, so please do use it. So I think the man will return home because he feels, because now I've got to use one of my emotions, because he feels lonely. Yeah, I'm going to put that in there. Fabulous. So let me check that sentence. Let me check it's correct. So I think the man will return home. So I've thought about what the man will do because he feels lonely. Great, that's a super sentence. What else do I think the man will do? So what other prediction could I make? So I think the man will, I think the man will, I know, I think that the man will go back home and plant some more vegetation, some more plants. Okay, lots of green things, because he said, didn't he, when he was on that planet, that when he looked down, all around him, there was no grass, there was no animals, there were no plants, and that made him feel a bit miserable. So I'm going to say, I think the man will plant more vegetation on Earth because he, put her there, sorry, because he feels miserable. Let me just check where miserable is on my word map. There it is. Miserable. Great. Because he feels miserable. Super. And do you think we can do one more? What do you think? I think we possibly can. So let's see if we can do that. So my last one. I think the man will. I think the man will. Maybe he won't return to Earth. Maybe, because he said, didn't he, that his planet that he's on now, he wasn't keen on because there wasn't any life growing on it. And if Earth is really filthy and full of factories and smoke, maybe he won't go to Earth. So I think the man will travel to a different planet because he is unhappy. Yeah, so I think the man will travel, travel, to a new planet. And I've got to get because in there, because Because he is unhappy. Great, right, should we have a little check then of those sentences and make sure we've included everything that we need to include in our writing today? Let's have a little check. So I needed to think about how the man was going to feel. So here I've said, I think that the man will. So I've discussed about what he's going to do. So I've done that. I've said he's going to return home. I've got because to explain. I've said because he feels lonely. So I've used an adjective to describe how he's feeling. Then I've got my capital letter and my full stop at the end. Super sentence. Right, let's check my next one. I think the man will plant more vegetation on earth because he feels miserable. So I've made a prediction about what the man will do. I've used because to explain. I've used miserable as my emotion, and I've got a capital letter and a full stop. Great. And let's check my last sentence. So I think the man will travel to a new planet because he is unhappy. Fab. So I've made my prediction about what the man will do. I've used because to explain. I've used unhappy to describe the emotion, and I've used a capital letter and a full stop. Fab. So I've written 3 predictions there, and they've all included all the elements that we need to include in your writing today. So you need to make sure you're making a prediction about what the man will do, using because to explain, including an emotion to say how he feels, and punctuate your sentence. So there are 4 things you need to be including in your writing today. Okay, you have got this sheet at home. You can either freeze this screen to use it now, or if you want to print it off, it's on the school website and type it on, that's not a problem. And I would like you to write, I'm going to say 3 super sentences using because. If you could do 4, that would be even better, but 3 super sentences with lovely handwriting, finger spaces and full stops, okay? I've had some fabulous work sent through to me with fabulous joined up handwriting. So try and have a little go at doing that at home. Once you've done it, don't forget to take a picture and send it us across so we can see your fantastic predictions to see what you think the man might do. I'm not too sure whether he's going to go back to his planet now, whether he's going to go elsewhere, so we'll have to find out tomorrow. Enjoy this writing task, and I'll see you for your English lesson tomorrow. Bye.